Hello! I almost forgot about the microphone then. Right, so we're back again for more Amiga stuff, but it's not Amiga Monday. The standard thank you. So, yes, we've got some things to do today. We've got, I need to look into the game itself, which is... Sorry, I'm having a brain fart moment here. Last Half of Darkness. We need to look at that today. I'm going to have a quick look at... Let me just open it up. Last Half of Darkness archived. Okay, I was looking at this the other day. I'll do it together. There we go. So I will click here. Right, so I press space. Print out order form, no, so we don't need that. In the actual game, it'll just go straight into it, so there's going to be some sound. In fact, I'll put no sounds on music at the moment, because otherwise it's going to mess with the music. And do it at 4 to 8 megahertz. Oops. So we need to recreate this at some point. And if you remember, this is what we started with. And there's the mouse at the exits, so they're quite small in comparison to what I've got at the moment. Now, I can use this to maneuver around. If I examine the door, so I need to put those in. If I try and can't walk through the door, I think we'd already done that. So I need to press open, and we've already done this one. It's already open, so I need to check for that. Press F3 again, it won't come off. Go well though. So I can press F2. Just go straight through so you'll recognise this area. And let's go into the kitchen. Oh, that's upstairs. Can I click go here? So you can click these areas, so I might have to check for that. So I can open this. F6 to take the key, so I need to redo this graphic to get the key. We can now use F4 to close and F3 to open. Oh, that's interesting. Now that's one thing I did remember about this. Once you close this and take the key, you can't open it again, which is kind of weird. So I might change my version to include the fact you can do that. However, we have a key here, so you can see where that goes. Next thing to pick up. You can see this is the haunted matchbox, which we need to pick up. Oops. And then that's where the matchbox goes up there. But I'd obviously have to play through all of this. Just trying to think, sorry. We've still got quite a bit to do. I think there's a death around here. Middle-aged knight statue stands in the dining room. Do I hit it? Nothing was damaged. Do I open? Yeah, so something shoots out there, so that's going to have to be something that I need to do. Some of these areas I can't click. This is an interesting one. So if I think I can examine the girls. Patty cake. If I speak to them? So they ignore. If I hit them. The girls are angered by your presence of an adult. One girl jumps at you with a sharp dagger and begins to stab continuously until blood is drained from your body. Would you like to play again? So I'm going to recreate that at some point. Let me have a quick look at... I'm just going to jump because this is what I want to see here. Right, so we've got... Those are the matches, and you've got to open the matches to do that, so that's something else I need to think about. We've got an axe. Looks like some sort of watering can, maybe? That'll be a shovel. Looks like these items are added. So I don't see anything being removed. This here was the towel that you take from upstairs. Huh, okay. Right, in that case I'm going to need to... copy this. And also, it looks like in the original game, so the game that we played was kind of like a remake, or not a remake, but a redo. There was none of the UI around here, but what has been kept is this bit, which is almost like the score, but it's done in dollar bills. That's something we'll have to come back to. I also need to remember that this is more square. And this is very rectangular, which is a bit different in mine. Mine's kind of the other way around. So... Okay, I'm just trying to think, really. I'm just saving. So this can go in the assets section. So this is the inventory full list, I think. And then I'm going to take another screen grab of that. Set up, because I just want to double check that I've got the dimensions correct. And I'm going to call this I should just put example screen. I did say though that if I could find ways to improve it, I would take that off stream, because you've already seen most of the process anyway, so you've got a fair idea of how I've done stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change this. It's a PNG file, so how's it not opening it? Oh, I know why. Sorry, my fault. There you go. Now you're being weird. Once you've done that, or is it too small? Is that why it's doing that? So every time I put the inventory full list in, it disappears. So I'm wondering whether... There we go. Am I doing a one-to-one port? I'm going to try and do the best I can with it. I'm not going to be able to do a full, you know, if the person's already done it in like C++ and stuff, I'm not doing it that way. That's why I chose to do can do, because I thought it'd be an interesting way of doing it. But I'm going to try and get it as close as possible to the original style. That's why I've changed the name from remake to conversion, because I'd noticed a friend of mine doing a essentially like a port from was it Frosty the Snowman from a C64, but he was doing a Pico, was it Pico 8 version? But he didn't call it a remake, he called it a conversion, which I kind of questioned at first, and I had to speak into ChatGPT about it. And basically, what the conversation between me and the AI was what was the actual definition really of a remake. So originally it said, yeah, it's a remake what you're doing, but then I said, hang on a minute. If that's the case, then all those Spectrum programmers, because I think it was basically saying it'll have to be a remake because you're not doing it through the original code, you're kind of redoing the code through something else. So I said, well, hang on a minute. What about those original coders doing arcade conversions on the ZX Spectrum? They wouldn't have been used in the same code. In fact, most of the time what we saw was people had the arcade machine in the office and the artist would trace over it, and I'm assuming the programs played it a lot to get the feel for the game, so then they could write it in the machine code for Spectrums and things, because obviously a one-to-one conversion is probably not going to go down well. You've got too big graphics, obviously different CPUs, and then you've got like the arcades have got different video processors and stuff, which obviously the home computers didn't do. So I pointed that out, and it goes, yeah, actually, you're right. So that's why I've changed it to conversion, because this is going to be as close as I can as possible. Obviously, I don't have the source code. Plus, what was the other thing? There's a plus on that one, and I forgot what the plus was. I can't remember what the plus was. I had something in my head, and it just went. But anyway, that's essentially it. Plus, the good thing about me doing the artwork stuff is I get to basically learn Deluxe Paint a bit more. Which is always useful, especially if you want to make your own games, and I don't want to kind of walk in without much practice of something. Is it this one? Why is it all different sizes now? See, this is what happened when I tried to bring in a copy of that image. See how badly that is? Badly done. There's no way you could recreate that, plus it's too small on this. So I couldn't do it that way. Why is this not correct? There we go. Just use this. I think what I'm going to do call this inventory test. Fix the background. Oh, that's why. So that's probably more likely. Says it's going more than 10. Four, five, 6, 8, 9, 10. Let's go for a 15. And there's some weird sort of greyness on it, light greyness on there. I'm not quite sure what that's all about, but I'll try and recreate it. It's the same colour as this. Major black, is that? No. This one. No. Not that one. That one. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be a W. Or maybe some reflection on the side. To me, that's too big. Is there any way that I can make this brush oops, that's half the size, but it does look a bit weird. See that big back bit there kind of looks okay when it's big, but not so much when it's smaller. Ah, okay. I can resize. Because then I can resize and retouch it back up maybe. So that would probably go here. Still a bit too big. Say about that maybe. Oh, there, Amiga dude. Just wondering why. It's fair enough. Let me just take this out because it's confusing me at the moment. It should be going this way, I think. Maybe that's the issue. That's a bit better. And this needs to be brought to the right a bit. Maybe do that a little bit there. A little black in. Maybe there. Just to be confusing, my other Chroma profile has my Amazon account, so I need to copy links over to that if I want my free stuff from Twitch. Okay. The message about December is true, and I do my own December. However, that will be back on Friday. Doesn't look too bad. It's not great, but yeah. I need to. Oh, that's another thing. There you go, it's a bit better. Oh, I think this should be a bit wider, but you know what, I'm happy with that. And we've got the key, kind of this colour. Key looks like it's about here. Oh no, that's 3, not 2. Guessing that makes sense there. Never played on PCs during the DOS years. I had a PC. First PC was around. I can't remember the exact date. I'm gonna guess it was between 94 and 95. I vaguely remember something about around that time, 95 coming in. You start seeing lots of packages that would kind of bounce between 95 and 3.11. But I did play a lot of DOS on there. From the few games that I had, most of them were DOS. I think the only couple that I had was... I'm trying to remember if I ever had Ski Free. I think Ski Free for me came through the CD sampler. That would have been 95 era. I definitely had Castle of Winds. I think that was the first shareware we ever bought. I think the rest of it was just DOS. But I didn't have that much in the way of DOS games anyway. I borrowed somebody's Battletech one. That was my first entry into Battletech. I borrowed a few games from that same person. I think it got they had a disc with Wolfenstein on, and I think it was the shareware version, but it also included the level editor, which I had a short go at, but I didn't quite get my head around it. I think I remember maybe breaking the level first time round because the thing with the level editor, it would save over the current level. So if you had a shareware version, you just break it straight away. So I think I realised that and recopied it back over. I don't think I messed with it after that. But yeah, so I did have some experience with DOS back in those days. Big 2082-ish, Amiga 89 to 2001, PC 98 onwards. So I think if I go from a full machinography, and I'm going to call it machinography because there was at some point I switched from computer to console. I went ZX Spectrum, then I went Mega Drive, then DOS. Well, PC actually, yeah. So then I went PC. But I knew other people that had ISTs and Amigas, and that's my experience with them. So when I got the second PC, right around the internet, I already had a couple of emulator CDs. One of them was the Amiga emulator CD, had a few games on it. The other one was Specky Classics 3000, so I had a bunch of Spectrum games from that. And so from my early experience of playing around with Amigas on other people's machines, I did have access to one in the 90s for a short time. Wasn't mine officially, well, it wasn't mine, but it was something I was testing for someone else, so I got to play with it for a bit. So no, it wasn't mine at all, sorry. I played a hell of a lot of Syndicate on it, I remember that. Because there were a few games on that. And then I finally officially got my own Amiga in 2004, I think it was. Before the bubble came in, because I was buying all my Mega Drive stuff, and I think I kind of put my Mega Drive stuff back to... Picked up some of the old games that I'd sold off. Picked up some new ones. I was back when you could pick up a Mega Drive game for about a couple of quid. But yeah, the Amiga I got in 2004, I actually got two of them, because one didn't turn up, so I decided to buy another one. And then both of the 1200s turn up at the same time. And then I think I'd lost one point, the power pack for one of the 1200s. So I thought, I know, I'll go and see if I can buy another one when Play Expo Kit was around in Manchester. This was back 2013, I think. I ended up picking up an Amiga 600 with the power pack in. And then as soon as I took that home, I found the other power pack. So I now got 2 Amigas, 2 1200s, and 1 600. So that's how I got that. It's a story I regularly tell, but it's a I enjoy my Amiga, even though arguably I was kind of late to it than anybody else. I did play with them back in the day, but it wasn't constant. And I knew people that had Atari STs. In fact, I knew people more. I think there was one more person with an Atari ST. So I knew 2 people with STs and one with an Amiga. And so I remember playing things like whatever. Super Huey was one that I very much remember on the ST. And then there was a game about I had it in my head. There was a game where there was a cutscene bit where there was a guy who was looking left and right and was in the forest. And then there was this fight scene. And that's all I could remember from the game. It took me ages to work out what it was. And it ended up being The Lost Patrol. So I remember that one. I remember how kind of buggy it was on this ST. It might have been the version that I'd got. Not I got, but the other person had got. Other games I remember playing on the ST are things like Bomboozle, Eliminator, that was always fun. Nebulous. I think I played some of the Gauntlet games, and some of these came back around. So Bomboozle, I think I must have played that in Amiga first. I didn't play much games. I don't know, did I? The earlier attempt in Amiga, the earlier use of the Amiga, I didn't play as much. But I did. Yeah, I didn't play on as much. I do remember one of the weird discs that the person had got was. It was Pink Floyd's. Is it The Wall album? And it was like a demo scene thing. And you put the discs in, and it'd be a. I'm gonna have to find it at some point. There'd be a. Some of the songs from Pink Floyd, like Hey Teacher, Leave Those Kids Alone. But there was some sort of graphic on there. And I vaguely remember the scissors that flying across the screen. I could be wrong about the scissors, but I do. I'm going to have to come back to that memory sometime soon. And see if I can find the disc, because I did find it, and I've not got around to looking at it properly yet. I was lucky I had an elder brother who brought an Amiga early on. I reckon we sold a lot of Amigas to the kids at school. Yeah, I mean, the Amiga was... I mean, the reason why I got the Amiga first over the ST was that the thing with the Amiga, it's easy to expand. And the person that I'd used his Amiga on, he had like this setup with several disk drives, and I don't know if he ever accelerated the Amiga. I was probably too young to understand that sort of thing, but I just remember all the kind of like different things he had. And later on I found out that yeah, it was quite easy just to put stuff into the trapdoor and you know, make it do what you want. And then there's the ST, which is feels more like a DIY kind of way of doing it. Because I remember seeing a recent, I think it was Trash to Treasures video of Metro Man Cave, and they had to desolder from Sims all the kind of you know, the little chips on there just to solder it into the Amiga. I think I did that with a 520, but I've got a 1040 I've got, and that's maxed out already, so you can't actually do that, which is why I bought the ZRAM, because it made it easier for me to kind of do that sort of thing. So yeah, Yeah, Deluxe is so annoying. I played it a lot for some reason. Tried it recently for a couple of minutes, which was enough. I can play that game till Sunday. It's one of those games that if you put me on, I'll probably end up almost finishing it. I've got to the bit where I think there's steps that do this, and then you've got monsters that kind of do this on the steps, and it's really, really hard. I've not done that section yet, but I can do quite a lot of the game A, because there's two types of games on it. There's game A and game B. I've not done much of the game B side, so I need to sort that bit. Another game that it's probably not a good idea to ask me to play because it'll basically take over the stream is Gods. I think I've completed that on the Amiga once maybe, and the Mega Drive at least twice I think. And that's another favourite game of mine, because I quite like it. What is on this image that you can see at the bottom right, where I'm trying to do stuff for? So I can see there's a key. There's what looks like a safety box. There's the matches that are open, because there's two states for that. There's closed and there's open. We've got the towel, which is the white thing. We've got the shovel, the axe. We've got like what looks like to be a candlestick. I wonder if there's any more states for that. But to the bottom left of that candlestick, there's this. I don't know what it looks like, a metal sheet or something. And it looks almost like there's a pipette as well there. Okay. I think the other thing I'm going to do with these, just in case, is I'm going to take these as brushes. So save that brush. What was this? Is it safety box, I think? I don't know whether I'm going to need it, but I will do so. Can't say key deep in IO problem. Does it not like the name key? Okay, it doesn't seem to like that. That's fine with saving that. Maybe the brush is too small. No, it doesn't seem to like that. Already I'm seeing kind of running out of space here. See, what I can do actually since I think that that original graphic is a bit messy in terms of inventory. Even though I'm doing a conversion, I am allowed to make slight changes here and there. I'm going to put the key here. So whatever that thing is can sit here. The axe can probably go here, but I might have to move this box to the left. I could probably do this. And then strip out what I don't need. I think this candle's a bit too fat, so strip this out, strip that out. And then, ooh, no yellow. In that case, swap this color out. Don't want it to pick. There we go. Oh, it looks a bit flamey. That's fine. Maybe add a little bit more. Let's see what happens if I do. Yeah, I can get away with that. Okay. Save that. I'm gonna make this as a brush. See if I'll save this one. Candle stick. Yeah, so I'm assuming this was too small. That's why it wouldn't save. Elite Dangerous is on the current Amazon free games. Last time I played that, so the annoying thing I found about Elite Dangerous, I bought the game on Steam years ago. It must have been a couple of years ago. Finally got around to having a look at it because I was playing it through the VR unit, which is fucking amazing. But trying to get it to run the first time, I loaded it up, installed it, and I think I had to create an account, so I did that. And then I tried to log into it and it kept throwing me out, and I couldn't understand why. And apparently you've got to, I think, go into the Frontier store to tell it that you've bought the game, and then it goes, oh, okay, you can play it now. It took me ages to work that one out. It wasn't very clear, so yeah, that wasn't fun. But when I finally played it, I actually enjoyed the hell out of it. So we've got this pewter. Is it pewter? It's watering can, but I think the Americans call it a pewter. Let's do it. This picture was saying. Let's put this in the middle so you can see what's going on. Get this picked up because I think it's too low. Up there. And then start shaving off this section here. To kind of give it a bit of a putting a handle. And then I think around here looks like it's like a little inset a little bit here. About there maybe. Because I'm assuming this is going to be part of the nose bit. Fact. I think the steeper. It's Start from about here and do a steep of about there, maybe. I've got almost like a 45-degree angle there. Sometimes in pixel art, so it's just about shaving the right amount of pixels off. Without making it look awful. Don't think we're doing well here. Let's do the top bit at least. Not great. The spout is definitely not great. Maybe. Oops. If I do it this way. It's almost like it's trying to push up. No. I think I've got the cut into the side a bit better, but this just is not working. Trying to get the right angles, I think that's the issue. Kind of need to tape it on this way. Sort of. Yeah, just about. That's close as we're gonna make it. Not great, but it's better than nothing, I suppose. Pick up that brush. calling this? I'm gonna call it watering can. Right, okay, so we've got this bit's gonna go here. I think we'll have to push these to the right. We've got the X, the matchbox, the pipette thing. At least the pipette's tiny. I suppose the next thing to tackle is the X. Hope it helps if you use the right tool. And then we've got a darker grey. See, sometimes I wonder if it's an idea to kind of do it straight that way and then just get it to turn, but sometimes you can see when you do the shrinking in Deluxe Paint doesn't always work out great. I'm gonna go with this grey, I think. It's a bit too... It's not as curvy as I like. This is where this shows up my awful pixel art skills. If I've got any. I think to shave this bit off and this bit off. I'm gonna finish this up soon. I need to clean up this axe a bit more. I think the general consensus have gone in there just fine. I just need to clean really now, because according to the graphic, actually, that grey bit is a bit wider. And this kind of eats in. Not getting this edges perfect. I'll leave it for now, and then we'll come back to the axe, I think. So we'll be on 14:06. Yeah, I'm going to have to finish now because I need to get back to work. So, at least we've started the... inventory section. Then I can kind of rejig the components when I need to. And the good thing about me making the brushes is I can just basically, if I decide I don't like it, I can redo it all and just put it all in, so I'm not having to redo or retouch or anything like that, which is a great thing about the picking up the brush. The only issue is, looks like I can't pick up a certain size item. Let me try something else. Let me try doing this. Maybe it's the size of the selection. Yes. So if you have too much of a small selection on the brush, it won't save. But if you get a bigger area, it seems to be fine. So that's good. Did I do that as a brush? Yes, I did. Excellent. So that's okay. I'll save this because this is part of my inventory test. Could be that I might need to make this bit smaller. I'll have to see what it looks like when it's a smaller version. And this definitely must be smaller, but I don't know. Quite like the size of it. Anyway, it's the thoughts that go through your head as you're kind of doing this sort of thing. So, I will try and get back to this next week if I can. Again, depending on work and stuff, that's why I've not done the stream in the past couple of weeks. I did say I was going to get back to doing the inventory, that's what we're doing now. I've still got matchbox, towel, shovel, what looks to be a pipette. I'm trying to find out what that thing is on the bottom left. I can't tell what it is straight off. Just see if I can... Is it a panel or something? I'd have to go through the game and find out what that was when he picks it up. If I know what it is, I'll probably be able to make a better version of it, maybe. Better. You've seen my pixel art. So, anyway. So, thank you everyone for popping in. I will be back. Let me just stop the music. Let's get rid of all these. Right, I'm going to be back. Just put the end screen on. So I will be back maybe tomorrow. It's Wednesday now, isn't it? So usually you can see the stream list here, including Wednesday. I've not put Wednesday on this officially yet. I should do soon. I might do it next year actually, seeing how well it goes for the next month or two. So officially I'm back on Friday. So Friday is going to be the first December game. I'm going to, by tonight, I've got sorted out the list of what 3 games we're playing on that December one. And these are all going to be small games. I've already done the list in Discord, but if you're not on a Discord, let me just tell you. Probably heard it all before, but at least you know what it is. If you've forgotten, the list I've got currently is... Rescue Rover, Slaughterx, which is like the shoot 'em up done by John Romero back in his younger days. Legends of Murder, 3D Bomber, Apocalypse Cow, Manhole, Get Pieced, Snaker, Space Pizza, Space Adventure, Toxic the Groundhog, and Zombies. So that's the entire list for this month of the smaller games on the Friday. Generally, I try and make at least an hour's worth of play, but sometimes some games can't go through an hour, so it'd probably be 10 minutes. But the good thing is, if I'm taking, say, 40 minutes off one and I can add it to another one, at least that's something. So that's on Friday. If I can try and get a stream out on Thursday, it's either going to be Mech Commander or it's going to be Age of Empires 2, because those are the two games that I need to try and finish before the end of the year, and they're very close to being completed. Then I'm going to try and do another one on Saturday. Saturday streams usually start at 2:30 p.m. So if I'm not doing that, there's going to be if I'm not doing anything on Saturday, there'll be a stream then. Officially, end of the stream will be back on Sunday. So that is Star Trek V, what we're currently playing at the moment. It's an interesting starship type simulator based. Is it 100%? Yeah, I wouldn't say 100% based on Star Trek V, because there are sections in there that are from earlier films, like the wormhole bit. That's definitely from the first film. But there's the one we're on at the moment, which is the gravitic planar. Sorry, the planar. Is it planar gravitic mines? I think it is. So essentially, the Klingon minefield, whereby the mines are on the same plane of the ship. So I can't do this and just go out, because the mines will also do this as well. So I've got to kind of shoot them, make a hole, and get through it as best I can. Is effectively what I need to do. But at the moment, I'm just trying to learn what's the best thing to do, because you've got phasers which dissipate quickly, then you've got photon torpedoes, and then you've got the damage that might come into the ship after you've come out the wormhole. So I'm bouncing between that and damage control and getting key members to, let's say key members, but the members of the ship to kind of fix that whilst I'm waiting for other things. So that's part of the game there. I mean, it's an interesting, the fact that I've gone through the whole Starship operations simulation in 1989 is pretty impressive. So I can't fault it for that, to be honest. But yeah, that's going to be Sunday and Tuesdays. And am I going to be away this Tuesday? I may be away this Tuesday, but I'll have to see about that, because I've got my indie game dev. So I didn't do one yesterday, and I might not be able to do one this week. But at least if I can get one December stream out this next week, I'll be fine. At least the main game anyway. Right, so enough of my rambling. I'm going to go, let's see if we've got available for raiding. It's probably going to be a few dozen of people on at the moment. Let's have a look. Let's go raid Escordian, who's doing an Amiga game. And it looks like he's doing some sort of gravity lander type thing. Yeah, some gravity force. I think I've heard someone talk about gravity force. I'm fairly certain Photon talked about it on Monday, but that's what we're gonna raid to. So start that raid. So thanks everybody for popping in. See you officially, hopefully on Friday. If not, I will try and get a stream unofficially tomorrow. See what happens. And until then, I will see you all later. Bye.